In our first Methods Sac, our task was to design or find a logo and investigate the straight lines and parabolas in it. I chose the iTunes logo because it had a decent amount of straight, diagonal and curved lines so I could make the amount of equations needed for this task. I found the picture of my logo on Google and I dragged and superimposed it into Grapha. Then I found the straight, diagonal and curved lines that I wanted to use and created an equation for each. These are the equations I used for my iTunes logo. This is the equation we usually use for making parabolas. I typed this into Grapha and it made an error sign, so if we add numbers to this we can see what happens. For the a, I will put 1, which is the same as not putting anything, but for example purposes I may as well. I replaced the h with 2 and the k with 2 also. Because this is 2 and that is 2, it will go 2 spaces to the right and 2 spaces up. And that is where the turning point will be. If I want this parabola to be wider, I will change the a to a number close to 0. And the thinner I want it, the higher the number I'll put. If I want the turning point to be touching the x-axis on 2, I will put the number at 0. And if I want it in the middle of both, I will put the h at 0 too. Y equals mx plus c is the equation used for straight lines. For y equals mx plus c, the m is the gradient and the c is the y-intercept. If we put 2.5 as the y-intercept and 3 is the gradient, we'll have a soft line that is touching the y-axis at 2.5. If we want this line to touch the 5 on the y-axis, we will change the c to 5. If you want a steeper line, you can put the number up, and if you want a less steep line, put the number down. If you want the line to go in the opposite direction, going down, you put a negative at the beginning. So to summarize, if A is a negative, it will make a mountain, which is reflected in the x-axis. And if it is a positive, it will make a kind of dent, being reflected in the y-axis. If H is a negative, it will move to the right. And if H is a positive, it will move to the left. And if K is a positive, it will move up the y-axis. And if K is a negative, it will move down the y-axis. These are the rules I used to create my iTunes logo.